What is happening, everybody? I hope you're all well, and welcome on back to Dragon Age Inquisition. As always, if you're new here or haven't yet, please do subscribe, leave a like and a comment, and of course, if you want to catch up on the rest of the Let's Play so far, go ahead and check the description below. I'll have the whole series down there in order for you guys in a playlist. We have an Inquisition perk, which means you can finally get this, Deft Hands Fine Tools. The training gear and experience working with master locksmiths needed to tackle the toughest and most ingenious locking mechanisms, allows all rogues in the party to open masterwork locks. That is the perk that we need. Now, we probably will get forward scouts too, because I really like that they revealed landmarks and points of interest on the map, so you just know where everything is to go get it. I think that's cool. I probably won't bother with this stuff, so I think forward scouts will be the last one I get, and then beyond that, I'll probably start dropping things into forces, because we have advanced focus here, which is really important. Master focus, really important. True grit is pretty good, plus 10% to all defenses. More healing potions, really, really good. Schematics, not so much. But again, we have 2 points in here already. We have Clemens the Tranquil and Lord Baron, so it's already going pretty good. And then for connections, we have 2 here too. We have Enchanter Elendra, and then Barter by Bell. And then I wonder what we have for the Inquisition. Probably Dennett, right? Yeah, just Dennett. And then we have exclusive training, 1 combat ability point for the Inquisitor. So now that we are done, essentially, with the agents, we need 1 more perk in Liliana's section, and then we're good to go. So let's take a look at our war table missions. The Secrets of Andraste. Interestingly, the runes are Alamari in origin, belonging to the tribes that inhabited Ferelden almost 1,000 years ago. What is of greater interest, however, is that none of the runes translate intelligibly, meaning it is all in code. According to the translators, a reference to the Guardian also indicates an island off the northern coast. Most curious. I will continue translation efforts in the hope that we can narrow this down further. Locate weapon of Thedas Bride Axe. I think this is for the landmarks we got in the hinterlands, and then this one is upon the waking sea. We are going to be hitting up this new area today. The rescue soldiers missing in Ferelden. But first, take a look at some of this stuff. Inquisitor. As a long-time scholar of the ancient Avvar, I find the information you uncovered about Thedas Bride Axe fascinating. Many believe the Avvar are unsophisticated barbarians with no culture worth studying, but do not all legions say the same of us? The rich oral tradition of the Avvar has been largely lost, leaving only these rune-marked fragments. Nevertheless, these confirm what we have heard in stories, that Thedas pulled her tribe away from a would-be warlord and chose a hard life in the mountains for uncertain reasons. It is fortunate that she did, for had the Avvar remained, the ancient Alamare might have pushed north and attracted the attention of the Nuramenian tribes that would one day form the Tevinter Imperium. Had that happened, it is unlikely the Alamare would have survived to become Ferelden as we know it. Based on marker runes left at each of these locations, I may be able to find the site where Thedas' legendary axe is located. A crystal-headed axe, said to burn with flame, would be a fascinating find indeed. The Inquisition will finance my expedition. So this takes 20 hours. 16 hours if we send Cullen. And 21 hours. I think we'll send Cullen on this.
To work?
I think we'll let Cullen do that, get the soldiers to go look for the weapon, right? Upon the waking sea, the Alamari runes found in the mountain passages outside Haven have finally given up more of their secrets, pointing to one of the larger islands off the northern coast of Ferelden. The island is quite large and covered in dense wilderness, so searching it will be an involved process. According to the runes, however, there should be some connection to the original disciples of Andraste and the Guardian of the Sacred Ashes. This requires stealth, a few skilled agents given enough time to quietly search the islands. I know of a few adventurers trustworthy enough to send to the islands. No thank you. We'll handle this internally with the Inquisition.
Let's see what we have.
Sending random people we know nothing about to go look into stuff like that just seems like a terrible idea. What did we get from the Warden treaties? I was correct. Spreading word that the Inquisition was allied with the Grey Wardens meant messages of support poured in. With the treaties in hand, we've managed to secure new recruits and donations of both gold and equipment. The commander will make good use of them. Very good. So, nice to see people here still respect the Wardens. Chantry remains. The confrontation with Mother Havara in the Valrayo market had the desired effect, to a point. The Chantry's condemnation of the Inquisition was lost amid a flurry of speculation over the actions of Lord Seeker Lucius, as well as a divide in the opinions of the remaining Chantry clerics. There are, however, clerics still loudly denouncing the Herald of Andraste. The Inquisition could leave them to their speeches, but dealing with them before the Chantry elects a new divine could be of benefit. A delicate hand is needed. We should focus on clerics who can be swayed, make their voices louder than those who oppose us. That actually sounds like the right idea. That's way too political for me personally, and I think if we send Liliana, I think our solution would likely just be to kill them all, so... Right, rescue soldiers missing in Ferelden. Inquisition soldiers have gone missing in the marshy reaches of southern Ferelden. Because their region is largely uncharted, finding them will be difficult. But the Inquisition's advisors are determined to find out what happened and, if possible, bring their people back alive. I think we'll send scouts, right? Scouts can move quicker, heal the area. Missing soldiers have been found in a bog called the Fallow Mire. They are being held hostage by Avvar, who demand to meet the Herald of Andraste. The Inquisition wants to see its people alive again. Oh. Then how about we go acquiesce their request? We'll take Blackwall, Solus, and Vivian. Take Blackwall for this one. Give him a little run for his money. I like to have Cassandra around, but I feel like I want to give Blackwall a decent will. I need to see them both in practice anyways a little more so I can decide which setup for a tank is better. Because I picked different perks for the two of them, so...
Thank you for coming. Maybe you can solve this mess. Our missing patrols are being held hostage by Avvar, barbarians from the mountains.
What are they doing in a bog?
That's the thing. Their leader, he wants them to fight you, because you're the Herald of Andraste.
What do they have against Andraste?
Well, the Avvar think there are gods in nature, as in the sky has a god and the forest. The Avvar say you're claiming to be sent by one, and they'll challenge the will of your god with their own. I think their leader's just a boastful little prick who wants to brag he killed you.
I would probably agree with that assessment. And since they worship the sky, right? They think there's a sky god. I'm sure they also think that the whole rift in the sky is from their god.
Should I autograph something for him before he tries to behead me?
They think readings for the weak. You know, scholars, lowlanders, or legion peasants. Getting to our troops won't be easy.
What did the Khal Drogo says in Game of Thrones for people with small arms?
You're not squeamish about undead, are you?
Certainly not.
It doesn't matter. I'm not letting the Avvar butcher the Inquisition's people.
I appreciate it. The Avvar are holed up in the castle on the other side of the Fallow Mire. Make her willing, the Inquisition's people are still alive.
Find out one way or the other. What are our requisitions looking like in this place?
Dispatch for you.
What is it?
Could prove useful, sir.
Let's find out. Requisitions table. What do they want from me? Plague elixirs. We need diseased tissue. We still need some obsidian. Maybe there's obsidian in here. I already saw my little search beacon dinging in this direction. Fallow Mire is a pretty chunky place. I won't keep all of this in, but there is some interesting things going on here, so... A necklace. It's a bottle of Thedas. Let's see what we can learn about the Fallow Mire. Before Andrastianism, forgotten faiths. The teachings of the Andrastian Chantry have been part of Thedosian lives for over 800 years. The Chantry guides us and teaches us. We are made humble in the knowledge that we have sinned, and yet we are inspired and given hope through Andraste's story and her song. But Andraste died almost 200 years before her emperor Cordelius Draken established the Chantry and spread the chant of light. In those terrible years, the Thedosians were lost. Crying for salvation, they took to anyone and anything they hoped could give them the answers they so desperately sought. Some returned to well-known faiths, like the Tevinter Imperium's Cult of the Old Gods, which we hold accountable for the Curse of the Blight and the Darkspawn. But others found their own paths, following false prophets and making false gods out of men. Many of these religions have disappeared, dying out with their adherents, like the Daughters of Song, and the empty ones. Others, like the Blades of Asarian, may still lurk in the hidden corner of our world. This book aims to remember them, so that we may find compassion for those who lived in those dark times, and also for they who even now are lost and turn to shadow, trying to find light. The Blades of Asarian is interesting that that's there, because we actually meet them in this game. They're coming up here in the next area we'll be at. Helen, I won't be in tonight. Rupert said he had a surprise for me. He teased me by saying Lady Peasel, which he always does when he's trying to impress me by pretending he's not impressing me. Don't tell Mum where I am. I made fresh porridge in the red pot for both of you. I'll care for her tomorrow, I promise. Lucia. Got anything up here, or is this just the way home? It's just the way home. Alright, where's our first stop gonna be at? We have Fisher's End here, which I guess is a little town. And a cheeky little loot box right here. Yeah, this area's a little chunky. I guess what I might do is try and record the whole thing in one chunk and then edit it down. But that might be pretty unreasonable in practice, so I might have to split this up into a couple of its own. But, I mean, somebody kidnapped our troops and they want to challenge us to a 1v1 like Riddick, right? So, we're gonna go keep what we kill. Happy to oblige. Some more blue vitriol. Whenever I say vitriol, I feel like I'm saying it wrong and it's actually Bertol, but it's not, it's vitriol. Vitriol is just a strange name for a mineral. Knock knock. Diary of Peter Marsh. The gardeners are too sick to save, everyone says. Grandfather and my brothers barricaded them in their own house so they wouldn't make anyone else sick. He yelled at me for watching instead of helping. That it was for our own good. There's no more lights in the gardener's home. I guess they passed them. That's Ravane. We already read quite a lot about Ravane in our previous playthroughs. That is the only place that is Canary occupied and left alone. The Ravani people voted to maintain the Cune and stay in that place. And so the Chantry just accepted that and they were left alone. Which is surprising, really, when you think about it. You'd think they would fight to the death over something like that, just to prove a point. You are level 12, and that is a little concerning. But we held up okay.
This can't be all of them. There must be more further in.
Your level 12 is a little hefty, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think this was a level 12 area. I guess maybe you were supposed to do this later, but fuck it. Let's see how far we can get in here, huh? That was only 2 corpses, so it's not like that was a good estimation of how hard this is actually going to be. But when in Rome, I'm already here, so let's see what we can make happen out of it. If I had known this was a level 12 area...
Signs of a plague.
It must have been a terrible illness. No one's come to reclaim the land.
Then I might have done something else first, like the Storm Coast. On the bright side, we should get more XP for killing those people. So there's a mechanic in this area where if you touch the water, a bunch of corpses are going to come out. So if you can, you want to stay out of the lakes. Because a bunch of undead are going to climb up out of them if you touch the water. You got to try and jimmy your way around. Gotta stay out of that stuff. Which is easy to do at this point, harder to do later. Blackwall, can you do something about this? Door's locked, go figure. So this would be the gardener's house then, right? Oh, what about this Blackwall? swear you can open this. Can we just get it open? I guess we gotta find the key for that. And everybody freeze. Nobody step into the lake. Where is that key? I guess we'll just keep our eyes open for that. Yeah, this is a pretty hefty place with lots of twists and turns. Pretty chunky. This is going to be approaching the edge of where we can even progress without going in the water, so I'm obviously not going to do that. I don't feel like summoning the undead army on myself yet. Part of me is thinking that the way you get that key is to aggro people outside the cabin, and the undead that spawn are going to be the relevant people, but I don't actually know if I'm remembering that correctly or not, so maybe I'll pass on that for a second. Maybe we just do a little dip like this. There we go.
Careful. Disturbing the water draws them out.
Yes, it does. On the bright side, my party does have brain stems. They didn't just run in the lake. It seems like the AI told them not to do that, which is cool. Yeah, we'll be fine here. The double mage combo is absolutely shitting on them. Yeah, this is fine. We'll be A-okay with this. I'm not even really concerned about this anymore. We'll just stand on the sidelines and give it to him. Oh. Hey, Black Hole, you wanna help me out with this? Yeah, we need the diseased flesh for the little potion that I'm trying to make, so we're gonna have to aggro them a teensy bit. I'm gonna stealth myself so I can look around without worrying about getting sideswiped. Missed. I got the tree. Polluted. There we go. Yeah, it doesn't look like my companions, when it's AI, aggro has anything to do with that.
Is that a beacon of some sort?
It's pointing. Oh, I remember this. Let's go ahead and save before this. There are fade rifts here, but this is like a little mechanic to seal off part of the problem. And every time you do that, it's going to summon a whole bunch of demons. My favorite demons too, the Terrors. Successfully hitting a target with challenge gets your blood pumping, temporarily increasing your stamina regen. You can challenge as many enemies as you want with no cooldown. That would be fun. Before we do that, do I need to give you anything here? When you use Shield Wall, your movement is not slowed as much. You also protect nearby allies by giving them improved armor. Movable object. Blocking with Shield Wall costs less stamina and generates more guard, but you cannot move. We will absolutely leave that alone. Any blow you can see, you can turn aside. All damage coming from the front is reduced. That sounds like the one. The more you can just stand and bang, the better.
Watch out!
Hate that you ran away from me like that. See, he's level 9 too, so it's like extra chungo.
We find any more beacons, we could lure the undead onto solid ground. Might be a faster fight. Keep an eye out for more then.
We got it done. We're on what, 5 out of 8 potions? 4 relay because I'm gonna have to up Solus. Balefire in the Fallow Mire. The Balefire messages in the Fallow Mire are largely gibberish and imply a kind of paranoia. Certain letters and numbers repeat. It is possible the writing is in code. These Balefire runes are interspersed with numbers and mathematical notations. They evoke a clear sense of panic, as if the author was trying to figure out a difficult problem. Okay, we can't get to that cabin like that. Yeah, this place is huge. We already did all of this too. Man, that cabin with the key that I don't know how to get, it's bugging me. I'm gonna have to go mess around a little more with that area and edit it up a teensy bit to see if I can find how the hell to get in there. Oh. All I had to do there was knock the last. Okay, well. Turns out all I had to do was knock the last box out of the way and it just opened, I guess. I guess it was because of the barricade. It's still technically in the way, even though it wasn't. Gardener Diary. Property of Ira Gardner is written in spidery handwriting on this collection of homemade recipes and remedies. The last entry reads, first sign of the plague is coughing and going pale, like blood's run out of your skin. Elfroot soothes the cough, but doesn't cool the next day's fever. That's where the spindleweed helps. The ones I planted by the old shed came in quick. They seem to like where the soil's dry. I'll try making an ointment with it tomorrow. So he was trying to actually find a way to deal with the plague, and they just locked him in here. Everybody as alive as possible through this fight. We don't get to a camp in here, I don't think, until we get pretty far in. Nice. Yeah, we are holding up exceptionally well right now against the level 12 content. Go back where we can. Especially these. I thought these would be harder on Nightmare with such a gap in levels, but then again we did craft a lot of really good stuff, so. We are quite hefty currently with the things we've crafted. Where am I at on the map here? We could cut this ways. Beacons in the dark, beneath the mire. That's our first camp, so it might be better to go up here and get towards our Inquisition camp. That might be the play, because then at least we can rest up, get some potions before we explore the rest, right? There's my diseased tissue, so we can turn that in once we get done with this too. Really good combos from everybody. Are you a fisher? I don't know what you are, but I kind of want your potential hide drop. So unfortunately for you, you're gonna go to the afterlife. At least so I can see what your hide does. Stat-wise. What do you do, my friend? Oh, it's just rough hide. I was expecting something unique. Killed him for nothing. Badge. He's just living his life. I got recommended a video on YouTube yesterday. There was this girl that does free cleans of houses, and oh my lord, some of the fucking shitholes. Apostate Widriss's journal. This thick journal is half undecipherable. The parts that can be read are splattered with ink, as if the author had written them in a hurry. There were years of notes in that book. Years. Who could have taken it, or deciphered it? Did someone follow me from the circle? I bet it was Wernham or Clarice. They always were jealous, little busybodies. If they saw what I've done, the demons I've harnessed, they'd be green with envy. Who's afraid of spirits now, you simpering ewes? But I must have my book back. I will write down the cipher again before I forget. Again, these demons are clever. I can't have them demanding a price for decrypting my own notes. The concoctions I can make with the plants here, in safe amounts, will open my mind to vistas past the fade. The demons hint it is beyond me, because they wish to undermine me. It's so clear. It's so very clear. Would you look at that, a mage messing around with demons once they have some freedom, trying to get more power and prove to the world that she deserves to own it. You rarely ever see that. If only I had a Templar in my body to send her ass back to the circle in shackles. Just on principle at that point. But I have an alternative to the circle for this one. Summoning demons and using it against whoever used to live here. Honestly, she might be involved in the plague. But we'll be taking care of that quite shortly. These guys that are only level 9. Which is why the sudden level 12s were a shock to me. Jump on my head. Got it. No need to worry. Got the next part of the cipher. Balefire in the Fallow Mire. Staring at this set of unreadable runes conjures up strong feelings of bitterness and arrogance in equal measure. They fade, slowly. So, I think maybe the Blood Mage here summoned these demons with the beacons for this power or that power, this information, whatever it is. And she has it all written down in a book with ciphers, so other people can't read it and steal her knowledge. Either way, she's tangling with things she shouldn't be tangling with. Alright. Eat that without triggering enemies. Can be beautiful. Before we hit this camp, let me make sure I don't miss anything off to the side here. We're not gonna kill this one. He doesn't need to die. Now that I know it's just rough-eyed and nothing special, he can go about his business. If it was gonna give me, like, I don't know, fade-touched whatever he is hide, then I probably would have, but I don't need to drop him for no reason. It's not even worth it. Enhanced Immolate Ring and Amulet of Second Wind. Smudge drawing. On this small note, the words "not Deathroot" have been underlined 3 times. There's a small illustration of a plant that looks like spindleweed with this one underneath it. Was he trying to get Spindleweed for the plague. That's what the other gardener's notes said was what he was using to try and help with the plague. Note from a scout. The paper is small and thin, meant for transport by a messenger bird. Warn the herald his life is in danger if he comes to the mire. Our patrol spotted Avvar 3 days ago. We didn't understand why they came down from the frostbacks until we were captured in an ambush. Their leader said they came because they heard the Inquisition was in the area. They want to lure out and kill the Herald of Andraste to win favor with their gods. I escaped, but I can't free the others without help. I found a good camping spot for a rescue party. We'll tend to my wounds before heading off. Gal Aubrey Greenholm. We managed to get out at least. Not a total loss for us at that point.
Nothing to report.
We can turn in our requisition for the plague elixirs. The next thing you want from me?
For you.
What is it?
This may be worthwhile.
Same again, more diseased tissues. We can definitely do that. Easy enough
No
one to
sign
get
of the
done.
Avvar who want to challenge me, or the Inquisition soldiers.
Plenty of treasure chests that have been dug up though. Where are we at? That's a rift in the mire. So let's close this final rift and then we'll wrap the episode on up. That sounds like a good call to me. Disease tissue, so go team. Avvar. Yeah, this guy is large. He's a large man. Any chance we can convince you to come fight for the Inquisition? Or am I gonna have to kill you?
So, you're Herald of Andraste. My kin want you dead, Lowlander, but it's not my job. No fears from me.
Why aren't you with the other Avvar?
Trying to figure out this hole in the world. Never seen anything like it's like. They spit out angry spirits. Endless. What the sky's trying to tell us? I don't know.
They're caused by the breach in the sky. It was some kind of magic gone wrong.
I know that, Lowlander. I'm talking about the Lady of the Skies. Do you not know her? Can't you see the warning she writes through the bird flocks in the air?
Preposterous superstition.
Preposterous is what you wore to a bog, Orlesian.
My kind of man. I like that response.
I thought the Avvar wanted to fight me.
Our chieftain's son wants to fight you. I'm called in when the dead pile up. Rites to the gods, mending for the bleeding, a dagger for the dying. That's what I do. I don't pick up a blade for a whelp's trophy hunt.
The other Avvar kidnapped an Inquisition patrol. Are they all right?
A few were injured in the skirmish, but they were alive. Last I saw them. Someone's trained them well. They killed more of us than I thought they would.
Farewell, then.
Watch the water.
A nice little compliment on our forces. See how this goes. With all of our aggro and disrupt the rift. Be cheeky. Set everything up and then we can do some DPS for free. Rage demons, one new. So the aggro, disrupt free. Is my strategy for rifts. Little sundered, so I should take a lot more damage now. you need to back up that far? Let's see if we can impress the Avvar by doing this. I'm blessed by the Lady of the Sky, friend. Who else would be able to close sky rifts?
That is correct, Enchanter. I did not train in your circle.
Well, dear, I hope you can take care of yourself, should we encounter anything outside your experience.
I will try.
Aye.
Nothing, no comments about that, huh?
Watch the water.
Well, that's one rift down, and we've covered about a quarter of this place. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up here, and then we'll pick up next time with the rift and the rest of these things, and the beacons, and then hopefully maybe we'll make it to rescue the Inquisition soldiers. And Blackwall has some memories of the Grey in here too, so thank you for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like and a comment on your way out, and I will see you soon with more Dragon Age Inquisition. Take care, everybody. Have a good day. Peace.